So I'm the only one that caught this reference in the Luther music video. In the Kendrick and SZA Luther music video, I was the only one that caught this. Let me break it down and the rest of the video for you, okay? You ever seen this meme? It's a very popular meme on the net, right? People have the Reaper, they put a sign on everything, then they say, hey, you know what? One by one. For example, let's say they put a sign on here and they say that's the Lakers. The Lakers are the Reapers, right? And it's a playoff series, right? They'll put the Mavericks here, they'll put, what I'm saying, Houston here, Dallas here, and they'll be like, all right, we deaded that one, we deaded that one, we deaded that one, who's next, right? You get the point? Okay. When I saw the Sizzler do this, I said, wait a minute. And one of the interns on our live reaction was like, what number is that door? You know what I'm saying? Zoomed in and realized it was the number six. Six God. Now I know what you're going to say, HQ. This is very K-Dot call members of you. I don't just blame me. I'm putting the blame on my interns. We can't unsee it, right? Even numbers 6, 8, 10. Very intentional that you make sure that number was 6. But what does that have to do with the whole theme of the video? That's what we're going to get into. I think here it is kind of that message of like, hey, SZA can go in there. There's been folks on here saying SZA was the mole. Can go in here one by one, right? But also, as you watch the video, I noticed that the man becomes a little more at peace when she walks in the room and seduces him, right? And that kind of feels a little bit like the theme of the video. So let's get into that. One that I noticed about Kendrick in this video, I mean, he's been very stoic in a lot of his videos, but he made sure to let you know he was sad in this video when he wasn't around his romantic interest, right? Said romantic interest being Anastasia. I was asking, who is this girl? She looks familiar. She looks familiar because she's Nigerian American. Once you know one Nigerian, you know them all if you're Nigerian. Still keeping the stoic vibes, but not sad whenever he's around his own love interest, right? So that's kind of like the signal there for the man. Whenever he's around love interest, not sad. His ride or die, you know what I'm saying? And I guess here, this man, when he's around this love interest, not sad, but she's a little lusty. She's trying to seduce him, and then she's going to go one man after the other versus the situation that Kendrick is in. Maybe he could be pointing out that all you guys that look up to the other guy, this is a situation you end up with if you're not with one woman right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibes that I'm getting. Could be a reach. Call it reach and foul HQK. I just had to point that out, right? Now, we had a pause in the video. In this point, I'm noticing the black and white visuals. Then they're offsetting it with, color visuals. Obviously, we just saw the Nokia video, black and white. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick took a different approach here, saying, hey, I'm going to do some black and white, and I'm going to mix it with color here. I thought these were nice and cute. The buildings were very peculiar, and obviously GNX messaging. I like this. I've always told you guys I'm not a huge fan of the Luther record. Like, I get why the Luther record works. Like, I get why it works, but doesn't mean that I'm a huge fan. I can say the music video made me like the song a little more, right? It made me like it a little more. And that's what a music video should do, right? So when people ask, oh, why would you shoot a music video to a record that's going number one already? Why would you do that? Because one, there's never more than enough promo. And two, you're going to get people to change their mind about the song most of the time. You'll get a good, if it's 10% of overall listeners, they will. And also, you don't want to be down from number one because who's right behind you? The dude that you're now visually competing with. Nokia, Drake, number 2, right? And speaking of, yes, that is what this is about. It's going to be a lot of war. Y'all think we can't get over the beef? I think these guys can't get over the beef. This is Karina Evans, I believe. She's produced a lot of music videos for Drake before. God's Plans, I think Nice for What, right? Guess who produced this Luther music video? Now, if you're Aubrey's Angel, you're like, he chasing after the GOAT. I feel you. I ain't mad. If you're a Peach and Lang affiliate, you're like, what, do you own music directors? I see it. I get it. This is it's very telling that we're doing some competing here. Remember this from the Bodies snippet or whatever, and we got that song? This whole kind of venue or whatever, I caught it in a music video again. In this one, but then Kendrick had a pew pew. Can't really see it. I don't know who he taking shots at, but hey, come on, break down artists. Start breaking it down. Find the answers for me. Yeah, that's what I've got for now. I'm sure I'll have more information, but I did notice this scene wasn't there. So it's either A, that scene that we all caught the other day when we saw the GNX and the music video shoot, something like that. It wasn't for this Luther video. I was wrong. I thought it was going to be for Luther. A lot of y'all said maybe he's the good credit with Playboy Cardi. Maybe he brought the GNX to Playboy Cardi's world. Who knows? I don't know. But it's very interesting that this wasn't there. Or number three, we were all wrong, and this whole thing had nothing to do with Dot. Okay? Check off the boxes. Solid music video, get great visuals, some Easter eggs in there. Take shots at your enemies. He's taking shots at you. Plus, pay homage to Luther Vandross and Cheryl, right? And If This World Was Mine, right? And Cheryl Lynn, right? And you put that in the end, nice little romantic, emotional vibes. Check it all off. Check it all off. So whether you love the song or not, you got to give kudos to these guys. They are pushing the envelope in terms of making sure they put the effort into these visuals, putting the effort now into the music. That's what competition does. I love it.